It has been very requested that we get a new build and that it look like this, first gen Cummins. The only generation of Cummins that we have not built, even though it doesn't have Cummins in it, as you just heard by that beautiful, I think it's a 318 or something, I don't know.
Three something.
Three something that's garbage. Anyway, so we have got our new build, guys. I think I'm gonna name her Dolly Parton because she looks pretty good from afar, but when you get up close, it kind of looks like shit. So we're gonna name her Dolly. But this is a, that one. Shoot. I got Bubba crying over there. You didn't expect that, did you?
Talk about dog.
Anyway, so we have a 1990 first gen 3/4 ton four-wheel drive truck, but it's a gas truck. And the fact that it's gas, even better, because if it was a 12 valve, we would have ripped that out and thrown that in the woods anyways, because nobody needs that kind of negativity in their life.
Yeah, definitely.
But we have finally acquired one of these. I've wanted one for a long time, but like they're so overpriced. And this was the only one we had actually found that was a decent price. A little old woman had it. I sent Joey about it to Georgia to pick it up. But it's a pretty low miles truck, pretty clean truck. We're going to show you everything about it. And it has been painted. And you know, it's not a SEMA quality paint job, but it's not a bad paint job.
No, the paint job was good. The tape job, on the other hand.
Their tape lines are what's bad. But anyways, it does look great.
It smells so hot.
It does smell hot. We just did rollers, but I did come inside and beat the box for about 10 seconds straight. We're gonna either try and blow this engine up today or just take it out, one of the two.
We'll see what you can handle.
If we're gonna blow it up, I say we cut the exhaust off first. So that might be first order of business. Yeah. So anyways, 1990 first gen.
Get the saws off.
Regular cab, long bed, obviously the only spec that you can buy. Now, the truck is in great condition. Like, as far as the interior and stuff, I mean, she's mint. We have all the original paperwork. It has 60-something thousand miles. Yeah, 62,000 miles, as if that matters. Joey's already got the utensils. He's ready. Anyways, yeah, we got all the original paperwork. And it even, on the front, we're not going to change it, but if you look at the license plate on the front of the truck, it is actually the original one from the Dodge dealership, and all the paperwork matches it. But it's the original one from the Dodge dealership that they put on there when this was bought new, and the paint faded off and stuff. I think it's cool. I think it like adds to it because it's, and this still works.
That's like a Rolls Royce. You can't steal it.
I'm just waiting for one day for me to do this and just if you see my truck in person, don't touch my hood ornament. Just saying. I'm gonna be very upset if somebody breaks that. Joey. Anyways, so it is a 1990, so it does have the different front end that everybody loves. I think it's cool. I think it's different. I think, what's that spatula for? Sir, that's a very American looking battery you have.
I gotta stay strapped.
Anyways, so it has been repainted. Like I said, it is the 90s. You know, aesthetically, on the outside, we're going to leave it mostly the same. I even think it's funny, the steels. I think they're hilarious.
I would not touch them.
I think they're so funny. I really think that once we get this thing done and built, I might close the door. It's pretty loud out there. They're building a building outside.
A bunch of Americans.
So the 16s, they're cool. I can't believe they actually have all the center caps and stuff on them still.
That's so wild.
This has got to be the wheels that came on it from the factory. Like I said, it's a low miles truck, four-wheel drive. The fact that it was gas really didn't matter to me because even if it was a 12 valve, like I said, I was going to pull it out. But we have got some big plans for this, and it rhymes with Mom and Rail.
Yeah, Slick 7.
Slick 7. It's going to be potentially around 1,000 horsepower in a 12 valve or first gen. Wow, 12 valve. God, I just got them on my mind. I got to beat that out of my head. But yeah, we're going to do around 1,000 horsepower, 6.7 build, 849 ECM. Pretty much another version of Sally, but just not as built for torture. But I am going to build it slightly for torture. We are going to put a wastegate on it. We are going to put probably a 76 millimeter turbo. Like, this thing's going to make some steam. But I don't know what we're going to do exterior-wise because the body's great. The interior is great. The back glass looks great. And then if you'll come over here and look, the inside of the bed looks good. This is back when bed lines were painted in. And, you know, just there's something about a first gen. You know, we're going to work with the boys from Far From Stock on this build. There's something about a first gen that just makes me believe that you can't build one without a bed stack.
No, hear me out. We have another hood.
Hood?
Mm-hmm.
For this?
Yeah.
Where?
Down in Our spare parts.
Oh, do we?
We should hood stack it.
Why wouldn't we just cut a hole in this one?
No, because it's pretty. We can rattle can a white one.
We know this is a Mako paint job, so.
I can make a paint job. The other one, we actually have bright white in a can sitting
I
on the
just don't want to hood
shelf.
stack anymore because Sally's hood stacked, and I want this thing to sound different. Because if we put nearly the same engine build in it and then put it out the same spot, it's gonna sound just like Sally.
This thing would be cool.
That is true. Actually, except for one thing, we do have to let out the elephant in the room on what we're gonna be doing on this build to make it just slightly different from Sally. And it rhymes with B56.
I know what direction.
I am not a good person at this whole rhyme thing. But oh, also, while we're back here, I just wanna put y'all on this. Look at that.
Unscratched,
It's almost like
stuff.
it looks like it almost just got painted. Like they painted the.
It's like Joey never touched it.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Joey hasn't. Actually, Joey's the one who picked it up, so I'm surprised it's in this condition. Anyway, so the plan is 6.7 Cummins, 849 harness. We're gonna make it pretty much run like Sally standalone, but we're gonna make all the interior stuff function as if it did before. So the truck will start off the key. It's really not hard because this is 90s technology, so it's like for a toddler. This is probably going to be one of our easiest projects we've done. Plus, we got with the boys at Far From Stock, and they already made common rail motor mounts.
Yeah.
So actually, let's open those up real quick. You want to grab those off the plasma table, Jay?
Yeah, I already opened it.
You already opened them?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
So if anyone doesn't know this, if Joey finds a box in here that's not open, because I put it there for a reason, he will open it because he needs to know what's in it.
Yeah, because sometimes there are parts that I actually need.
Anyways,
know.
we got some
Did ya?
schematics, a bunch of things we aren't going to read because, not because we can't read.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, speak for myself. Yeah, so Far From Stock motor mounts, blah, 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 sticker. They're going to look like that. Apparently these are slotted and adjustable motor mounts. So we're going to fit a 6.7 in there, 2G swap, single turbo. That way, you know, I want to do compounds, but if I'm going to do a bunch of heaters in this thing, like it's just asking for one turbo to eat another.
Yeah.
And
And like
then-
76 or what?
Probably another 76 from stainless. That thing's been pretty like bulletproof. And then the best part is if we hurt this truck or Sally,
You got your chain.
the turbos will swap. So the fuel setup, the air setup, everything is going to be pretty similar. I'm probably going to go a little bit smaller in injector.
I would.
Just kind of that way, because this thing isn't going to be as overbuilt as Sally is. With the air to water and the dual radiators and stuff like that.
You're not
You
gonna
also
stack radiators?
probably aren't going to do 2-minute heat up against the wall burnouts in this truck.
Debatable.
That's yeah.
I said that, and then as I was saying, I was like, nah, he's definitely still going to do
Well,
that.
so like this, the purpose of this truck is so that when Sally lets us down, I'm just not depressed. We just go to a different one and break it. So that at FP Truck Fest, we guarantee to have entertainment for the people. Now, this build is going to snowball a lot. We're working with some great companies, one of those being obviously Far From Stock. Wagler is building us a Street Fighter engine right now. So like she's starting off strong. Built engine. I think we're going to work with Baldwin, the guy that helped us at UCC repair the harness.
Yeah.
I think he's going to build us a stainless harness.
Cody?
Yeah, Cody Baldwin. He's going to come build us a harness, come help us install it. It's very easy. I just told him I came in. If you're, hooking us up on a harness, why don't you come down? We'll install it.
His work is very, very clean.
His harness is
It's-
very nice,
yeah.
and we're also going to locate the ECM in the cab.
I like that.
Yeah. So
Very cool.
engine bay will be all clean and stuff. We'll pop the hood, show them the really just beautiful underneath of this, underneath the engine. But,
So the interior is my favorite part of this truck. It's
yeah,
so nice.
let's show them from the driver's side. I don't think we have yet. Still got all the door seals. The door panels look great for the most part. The little, just the old trucks, man, the little side open windows and stuff like that are so cool. And everything works so far. Also, if you'll notice, it already has 3 pedals because it's already manual. So the swap is going to be very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just have to make this pedal hook up to like a normal, newer 4th gen hydro. So shouldn't be that hard. Like I said, everything works. It's kind of cool in here. All the lights and stuff. Man, that old buzzer, that just gives you like trauma. Interior's pretty great though. And it being a factory manual truck is, the hole's already in the floor. It's already, set up with a clutch pedal and stuff like that. So lots of bonuses to buying it like this, but you know, you guys can probably guess where the G56 is coming from.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Might have given that away, but
It's okay. They can cry about it later.
yeah.
So we're gonna work with the boys at Far From Stock, and we are gonna get some newer 3rd gen axles under this thing, some AAMs. Those axles really know how to take a beating, and this truck is pretty much gonna be a 1st gen frame, a 1st gen cab, and then underneath it's gonna be 3rd gen axles, 3rd gen transfer case, because obviously on a 1st gen, the drive shaft is on the wrong side of the pumpkin for a newer axle. And what is this?
I just noticed how easy it was to get to the intake.
To do what? To put, I wish we had a bottle of nitrous. We would dump
Yeah,
it in
brake
this
cleaner,
thing.
that's better.
Brake cleaner? No, this thing will catch on fire. So we're gonna make all the factory interior stuff work still. Honestly, I think we're gonna be able to adapt the AC stuff and figure that out too. I really do. It would be cool if everything functioned.
Yeah, I mean,
Like the heater core is going to be easy, obviously, but the AC stuff, a little bit of a different story. But we're going to try and make everything work. I know somebody's done it. And like I said, Far From Stock is going to hook us up with front and rear axles. We're going to do traction bars and leaf springs in the rear. And in the front, we're actually going to go to a coil off of a 3rd gen and then a shock. So lots of things to do with this. But I think the first thing we want to do is the boys want to cut the exhaust off, and then we're going to take it to the burnout pad and see if we can blow it up.
yeah.
And if we can't blow it up after beating the box for about 10 minutes, we're just gonna take the engine out. The only problem with this theory is that we're gonna get everything really hot and then need to work on it.
We got other things to do for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have another truck to work on. So.
Yeah, we got other truck to work on. All right, so have fun. Sawzall, engage. So we have now performed the best modification we've ever done. Took a Sawzall, cut the factory muffler off. And you know, there's a lot of things you're gonna see under this hood. One being a sissy little V8 engine. The second being overspray. And third, hopefully not being fire. We got a fire extinguisher. We had to fill one up from the show, a water one, so we wouldn't damage this beautiful engine that I'm gonna try and blow up on the pad.
We don't want to hurt it. That's, you know.
No, I don't want to damage the internals until I damage the internals. So we're gonna go out on the pad, see if we can blow it up. Who wants to ride with me?
Can we take the oil out of it?
Take the oil out. That's a little extreme, don't you think?
Does it have?
It doesn't have a muffler. Can I please ride? That is the most Carolina thing. Like,
Carolina Thunder's coming with me.
oh,
Carolina
baby. Oh, but does it have oil?
It's got it.
We'll fix that.
It's pretty dark.
We'll fix that.
Yeah. Well, this was once a perfectly good running pop-off 1st gen that was going to be enjoyed by an old feller. And
Paul.
yeah, Paul was going to really. What are you bringing brake cleaner for, bro?
I
What's
don't
that
know. Clean the
clean?
pad once we're done.
Clean what? My brake pads?
Yeah.
Man, that's a firm shut right there. That was 90s right there.
Handsome.
That ram head just bobbled a little. Horsepower added.
All right, y'all ready? I'm
I'm so ready.
gonna hit the box immediately.
You look so original.
In there. Don't fix your hat.
You know, it don't sound half bad.
No, it don't. Proper box beater.
Six and a half hours later.
On fire! I got it. Momentary cool down. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I realized why the squat boys love that shit. Like, I got about 3 minutes in and I was like,
Dude, I got about 3 minutes in, all of a sudden my hat turned back like this.
Yeah.
I said, oh man, I know
went-
it's about to go down.
I went straight to Carolina.
Straight to
I got grandfathered into like a Carolina like culture at that moment. I'm gonna say that was going on 4 or 5 minutes.
My second video was over 4 minutes long.
And we just ended up putting the fire extinguisher on the pedal to see what would happen. And really the only reason it stopped is me being stupid. I sprayed water in the intake. If I hadn't done that,
It'd still be going.
we would still be hearing it right now. I'm gonna hear that in my sleep tonight. I know it.
Bro, I think we could have showed up to work tomorrow and still be out here doing it.
Dude, we should have put it on a time lapse or a live camera.
Yeah, man, y'all tune in. We're going to blow something up this afternoon. It might be a while, but we're going to blow it up.
It's Tuesday.
Next
We
week.
blowing something up.
Yeah, y'all come back on Friday.
Yes. All right. Well, you guys will see this thing when it gets back in the shop and cooled down, and we're gonna pull this engine out, whatever's left of it. I still vote it starts. Man, I ain't gonna lie. It fixed itself after about 15 seconds. It just self-healed. You know.
Does it sound like it's self-healing?
Well, the hood's down. Well, there's some steam coming out, but
It sounds like.
it sounds like a head gasket on a 6.7, but a little bit of warmth. Here. There you go.
Get down the heat source.
Man, that sounds bubbly. All right, we're gonna let that cool down, and we're gonna rip this garbage out of here. Really, I can't call it garbage. You can't call it garbage.
Man, I just saw what this thing did.
We just did the Carolina Thunder for like 5 minutes straight.
Bro, this engine, Sally's old trans, I think we would have an unbeatable force.
So a 68 RFE and a 318 had a baby, and they would beat the box forever.
Call me crazy, but I think it would outlive all of us.
I have an idea.
We need a rear end also, but
7.3 rear end, they never break. They don't well.
they never break.
They never had power.
You never had your car.
Hey, bud, your desk is in there. Going back.
Go sell something.
I'm gone.
Let's let them get back to work. All right, y'all take this out right now.
We got a Sawzall session be out. Out in just a second. Where's our protective gear? Escalated this build really quickly.
Yeah, it snowballed.
I
like
showed up.
usual.
I went to the doctor's office this morning, showed up, and they're like, "Hey, your bed's off." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." So bed's off now. We knew it was going to happen anyways because obviously one of the things that we think we're going to have to do or we want to do is paint the frame, sand it down. Honestly, if we go to the back here, it really doesn't look that bad.
It's not in terrible shape, but it's got 90s dirt in it.
So we'll probably drop the fuel cell, we'll clean it out, we'll unhook the factory sending unit because we don't need that type of negativity in our life.
Nope.
We will put an air dog on the truck. I'd call those boys. I forgot about that. We need a 4th gen air dog. And then we're going to put a sump on the tank. But we are going to clean the factory gas fuel cell out. Is it still usable? Is everything good right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to clean this fuel cell out. We're going to use the factory fuel cell and the fuel neck. So it's going to be a lot better. Get rid of all the factory brake lines. They're pretty rusty, kind of crappy looking. I mean, this truck is from 1990, so honestly better than I thought it would be. But somebody definitely, just gave the side a little bit of a touch up with some rattle can.
Who would do that?
But I don't
That's crazy
know
work.
who would ever do something like that. And how dare they?
Yeah.
But honestly, while we have it apart, I mean, the axles are going to be satin black because here's the thing. If we end up powdering the frame, we're going to powder it satin black. Or we're just going to sand the whole thing or sandblast it and then paint it. But we do not want to make it a colored frame or anything like that. Because first off, it's a frame from the 90s. It's going to have a lot of pitting.
I think it should be white.
Second off, I want to do burnouts in this truck and I want to beat the crap out of it. And I promise if we do a frame off, I'm going to feel bad about it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, you still will.
Okay, I probably still would, but that's besides the point.
It would just be a burnt frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few spots.
Well, the frame would probably be white and it wouldn't be white when I was done.
I support it.
We would probably end up popping a tire and like taking out the bedside and the frame and then just being sad.
I'll be mad if it hurts the bed on this. This thing's actually.
It's got a clean bed.
We're not popping tires on this truck.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
We're not doing it because the bed is too clean. Like
Save that clip for about a month after this thing's done.
Yeah. Clip this in for
Bedside.
FP, what is it, 5.0? Yeah, God, I'm forgetting. We're going through so many numbers here, having 2 a year.
FP 72.
FP 72, watch this thing blow up on the pad. If it makes it that far, that'd be pretty cool. We don't know how many numbers we're going to get. It depends on how long y'all keep loving the truck shows. But, yeah, in the back, roll pan for sure. I think has to happen. We got rid of that ugly factory bumper. So we're going to go ahead and pull the cab, though, because honestly, when I walked in this morning and I saw how the engine sits and how the front clip bolts together, I knew we were going to end up pulling the cab because, my God, they did not design this thing to be worked on.
We ain't gonna lie, we were pulling the cab. We were just finding a way to persuade you to agree.
You were just hoping I was at the doctor's office a little longer.
Yeah, we kind of.
And then I got here and the engine's on the ground and the cab's back on and you guys are like, we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's going to work better that way anyway, so we can paint the whole frame, roll everything outside, go ahead and strip the axles, probably just bring the frame back in here and start setting the drivetrain into it. Honestly, it would be cool to have the engine, the wiring harness, and like everything put together because the motor mounts, we can just push them all the way to the front and then just to set the doghouse back on it. So lots of work to do. I will say, I am never going to talk smack about a stock 318. I don't know how much power they make, probably about 110, but it took a beat down.
It was enough to spin one tire at a time.
Yeah. That second burnout I did, the second gear dump when everybody walked away was actually pretty low, so it was. Yeah. I mean,
we were working.
Yeah. It swapped to left side Bernie instead of right side Bernie when I did it. Anyways,
Back springs are over.
glad the stock axles are definitely leaving the chat. I think with enough power we could have got both to spin, but I do not think those would have survived one clutch dump with a G56.
I think the housing would have poofed.
We're definitely gonna have to beef up the rear end too, because I was kind of thinking about that of like we're gonna make 1,000 horsepower with a G56, and I'm definitely gonna do some fifth gear clutch dumps. Because why? What else would you do?
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously, we got to make
Maybe
sure
some drive shaft loops. I don't know.
drive shaft loops would also be a very smart thing.
Wow, we've never had problems with the drive shaft.
Yeah, now we need drive
Honestly,
shaft.
Sally has a clapped out drive shaft in it and has never gave us an issue.
Yeah.
Also,
Sally isn't a G56.
Sally also has a clapped T case.
Yeah.
Never gave us an issue.
Yeah, that's true. Also
So-
has a hole in the floor. Anyway.
Also has a giant hole in the floor from a drive shaft, but I don't know who put that there. So yeah, I'm gonna let the boys pull the engine. This is pretty rowdy. I mean, honestly, it's a lot cleaner than I thought it was gonna be.
It's not been that bad. They I guess engineering it, they've done pretty good.
What about bolts? Like where this truck isn't that rusty, are all the bolts been pretty nice to y'all?
It's been pretty fair.
Man.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised I was able to get all the bed bolts and the cab bolts out without it.
Without a torch? Have you guys touched a torch today?
No.
Actually, don't answer that question.
No.
Oh,
we
you
ain't
actually
done
haven't? Well, if anybody wants a free 318, actually, I don't know. I feel like we could do something really fun with this.
Joey said we're going
wrecking
to use
ball.
it as a, what do you call it?
Wrecking ball.
A wrecking ball.
A wrecking ball.
What are we going to hit with it? The Ranger?
Dude, why don't we put it on the end of the forks, go all the way up with the forklift, put the Ranger under it, drop it into the bed, and see if it can fold a Ranger bed.
You want to be the proud owner of a Ford Ranger?
Yeah, let's get this engine out, and then Wagler should have our Street Fighter ready soon. I finally got a hold of them, and hopefully we have an engine coming for this thing very, very soon. But this is honestly going to be such an easy project, and we have a lot of parts. Wastegate. We got to figure out where that's going. So, chat, let us know. Where would you like for us to stick a wastegate pipe? We could go
Right over there.
under this fender well right here, or out this fender well, or I like out the fender like Sally.
Or up.
Up is also cool, but then you have rain will go down in the hole.
Yeah.
Unless you slant it really hard. I don't know.
Drop out of the fender.
Teardrop out of the fender. Dude, you gotta go through this and that. Or you could just go
I was about to say, I see a very, very good size spot.
So getting this thing to run is not gonna be the problem. Getting this thing to shift, getting this thing to do burnouts, not the issue. The issue is gonna be getting all the factory stuff to work, like AC and stuff like that. I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
Brother, we wired a 97 Peterbilt. We got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the AC also doesn't work in it.
That doesn't matter.
That doesn't. Yeah. We got some
I wasn't
things to
gonna go
fix
there.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, y'all threw that out there like we had made it work, and I just wanted to let.
It worked for 2 seconds once.
One time it was cold.
I turned the blower motor on, and then I hear the fuse just like pop or something, and just you know, it is what it is. But all right, let's get this engine out. have the cab off. We're gonna leave that thing on the lift. Probably take it outside. I think we've kind of done a company debate to do like Sally, where the firewall and the bottom of the truck is painted black. It really helps in the aspect of when we catch it on fire, you don't see it as much.
Yeah. Knowing that it's gonna happen is just funny to me.
I mean, the fact that like when we build stuff now like this, we're like, it's gonna catch on fire. We need to do this.
Yeah.
So
Quick disconnects over here.
yeah.
We need to start putting suppression kits on
You know, I thought about it, but like honestly, like diesel trucks when they catch on fire, it's so tame. If it was a gas vehicle, I definitely would have a suppression system on it. But yeah, so we're gonna yank this 318 out, this fine stallion of a 318. We're gonna leave her in the rain for about 2 years, then we're gonna put her in something else and try and start it.
And then it'll be on Facebook Marketplace for sale.
Yeah,
for free.
For free. Come get it. I don't know what we should do with this thing. I don't think they're worth scrap at this point.
That's what I'm saying. I think like
This
their most
engine.
worth is a wrecking ball.
This engine is, God, how 35 years old.
Yeah.
Only 60,000 miles though, and she's a proven champ. We also figured out that during said burnout, we lost a cool, and so we lost a cylinder. There's all sorts of things we lost. I think they messed up a little bit of it since, but
No.
No,
So-
don't throw the word "they" in there.
next step is to get this frame not only ready to get painted, but to get it ready and prepped for the new AAM axles out of a 3rd gen. So obviously the 3rd gen axles, in my opinion, debatable, the toughest factory axle ever made. I mean,
I
There's-
can't argue that.
there's people making 2,000 horsepower. So factory leaf springs, axles, the perches, all that stuff's going. I believe they actually relocate the gearbox too.
To the inside of the frame
I
rail?
hope so.
I think they do. I think it goes down to here, and they have a gearbox brace. It is starting to rain though. What are we gonna do about
no.
water getting in our engine?
What's gonna hurt it?
It is now a submarine.
We fed this thing water yesterday.
We did feed it water, and it killed it for a minute and started right back up. Yeah, so now it's just really the nastiest part, which is tearing it down, getting it painted, getting it prepped, taking everything off, pulling the fuel tank, cleaning that thing out. But really not really bad to do. I think the goal is this week to have the chassis painted, sitting in the shop, have the cab painted, sitting in the shop, and then wait on axles and an engine. Because that's our current holdup. Also, the G56 is getting rebuilt. I believe they did say it did actually have a billet input. Surprising. But he said he was also going to put some other sauce on the inside because I told him what we were doing with it, and I was going to be very not nice to this thing. So we need a clutch, we need a bell housing. All right, let's tear this thing down.
That's a little some mud.
It's a little brown looking.
Find a dumpster.
Professionally remove this engine
He's out here like
and saved it as a good core if anyone would like to buy it. Salesman,
0 miles.
contact the shop
0
if you'd
miles.
like to buy that thing. It's in really good condition.
What did he say?
Honestly,
It comes with the strap.
No, it doesn't. That's mine.
No, that's our strap. We're not getting rid of that thing. We're gonna get this cleaned up. But yeah, anyone wants a good running engine, it's we pulled it out really good. We got it on a pallet ready to go for you. We can even start it if you need. But you're gonna trust us, so we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I think it would start.
You guys saw the video. I mean, it's a proven engine. So
It definitely didn't have a crack in the block just now.
it's never been in the rain. First gen video. We are waiting on the rest of the parts from Far From Stock. We got to get this thing sandblasted, painted, and then figure out kind of what we're going to do. They're prepping some AAM axles for us, as I said earlier in the video, and as we have tore it apart more, we have figured out more parts that we needed, and luckily they do make a lot of parts for first gens. But we also have a lot of stuff to order before this thing's going to run, but hopefully The goal of this build is for it to be done and raising hell on the burnout pad and with the road at FP 5.0. So if you want to see this thing in action for the first time, our kind of reveal date is definitely going to be at 5.0. So yeah, I'm really excited to do this. Like, we've been wanting to do an old truck for a long time. So to do an old truck with newer axles, a newer engine, and a newer transmission, I'm really hoping that it kind of drives good and it's actually an enjoyable truck that I might like take to some cars and coffees and stuff like that. The end goal for the truck is for everything inside to function and for the truck to be usable, drivable, and fun. So hopefully this build will be pretty cool. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We are trying to mix up the content. Obviously, with the OBS and stuff, you know, I love my tungsten trucks. I love my 4th and 5th gens, but it's time for a little bit of change. So we got that thing gutted. And then we also have the cab over here. And we're gonna decide what we're gonna do. If the firewall cleans up pretty good, we are gonna leave the firewall white and paint the bottom of the truck black, depending on how well it cleans up. So next week is gonna be us cleaning the cab, definitely painting the bottom of the cab, but if we can get the firewall to clean up, which it looks like it will, we will probably leave it white, and then we gotta figure out, you know, where we're gonna put batteries, transcoolers, all that type of stuff. Actually, we're doing a manual, I forget. I'm used to doing a 48 in everything we build, but appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned for the first gen build. She's gonna be ripping some heaters. Definitely gonna have to book a dyno appointment at Firepunk for this thing so we can get her dialed in like we did Sally and have a couple different tune-ups depending on what we wanna do. Because if I wanna do, the goal is 1,000 horsepower and we're gonna do it. But if I wanna do a heater on the road, I wanna turn it back down to probably 750 to 8 so it'll live. And then obviously this being a factory gas truck, and even if it was a 12 valve truck, we would still have a lot to change. We need to figure out how to mount a radiator in here that's larger than obviously the factory gas one. And then a intercooler has to go somewhere. So lots to figure out. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned for the build. Subscribe, like, and comment. We'll see you on the next one.